These are the original brackets that I haven't used in a while, but I put them back on just to show. I have a Rally Raid bracket from Great Britain instead because I can have a little cell phone holder on top of it. That works fairly good. If you're using the original bracket, then you have to use a spacer. So with the original bracket, you use these little spacers to get the distance, because as you can see, this has a radius on top of it. It would have looked a little bit better if I used black fasteners. That would look a little bit more elegant. But because I'm using the Rally Raid, this is not what I'm ending up with. This looks a little crude. In the bottom right hand corner is the Hepco and Becker solution, where they raised the recessed bolt by using an aluminum washer underneath to make it even bigger and uglier. And in the upper left hand corner, that's what I first did. I went to the local hardware store and picked up some bolts with an included flange, and these match the bolts that holds the top of the triple clamp holding the forks. So that kind of talks to those other bolts on the bike, and that looked heck of a lot better. But because I have a cell phone holder on top of the Rally Raid bracket, they were taking up too much space. So what I ended up doing was, in the lower left hand corner, I just recessed. I used a countersink drill and just recessed the holes in the bracket. So in the upper right hand corner you can see what I ended up with, and that looks heck of a lot better. And the Hepco Becker solution is easier, and it's a no-brainer, win-win. I had expected a little bit better from a German Teutonic company than the solution they came up with, which is pretty crude. This is the cell phone holder I have on top of the Rally Raid bracket, and it fits perfect. For time being, I've just fastened the cell phone holder with zip ties, but I'm going to change that. I took the whole cell phone holder apart and I found where I could drill holes through the setup, so I'm going to fasten it with recessed or flat head 3mm stainless steel bolts. The countersunk Allen screws are supposed to be tightened to 21 foot-pounds, that's 28 Newton meter, but the recessed Allen hole is just too weak and too soft. So if you try to torque it to the correct specifications, you will probably damage the opening. That's what I did on 2 of the bolts, and I was very careful when I did it. So what I ended up doing was that I ordered new bolts, all stainless, at a higher specification you should be able to tighten to the correct torque. Also, the end screw at the end of the handlebar, on the original Yamaha bolt, it's a stainless steel because it might very easily get damaged, and the one that was included in the set from Hepco and Becker was just a zinc plated bolt, so I ordered a new stainless steel screw there too. So all in all, I have to say that all the included screws and washer is pretty poor quality on this Hepco and Becker set, and for the price point of this handlebar setup, you would expect better. I like the look of these Hepco Becker Handlebar Guards, but the included bolts, they're not the best quality, so You're just gonna have to spend a couple of dollars on new fasteners, especially the ones on top of the triple clamp. The ones at the end, they're okay. And that's about it for the conclusion of this install. Please subscribe. More videos to follow.